All right, what to do, my fellow diamonds? Welcome back to the Diamond Round right here. And another edition of Who We Talking To, man. Oh man, I know this was supposed to happen around 2:30 and things like that, but unfortunately, a bunch of technical difficulties on a lot of parts right here. But we finally doing this part right here. You can see, man, I got my
We are
nigga
here.
in here, man. Shit, we up in this motherfucker right now. Shit, because I got my boy AP. What's going on, man?
Shit, man. I'm just glad I got internet right now and nothing to do. I'm happy to be here. Finally. This is the hardest stream to get on I ever had in my life, man. My apologies to you.
Yeah. Cause I know the first time, like I said, it was a bust because things that basically went down. And this time, like I said, we had everything going all right, and all of a sudden it came down to it, and all of a sudden it's like 2:30. I'm like, damn, where is he at? So I'm gonna wait around and things like that because I don't know if it was different time zones or whatever and all that right there. But all right, finally got up in there. So it turns out, like I said, motherfucking internet. All right, what was the internet updating or something like
Yeah,
that?
that my modem needed to update because it was a new modem. Because I got my old internet wasn't working. It was making my shows go down. So I upgraded to new internet and it messed your show up.
Shit.
Which I guess is better than messing my show up to me.
Mm.
So
All right. Well, we finally got everybody up in here. Like I said, hopefully, like I said, a lot of folks basically stuck around because earlier it was like, God damn it. All right, like I said, we had Becca, Johnny Bonsacco, and them up in here and things like that. So if y'all still out there, man, like I said, we here. God damn
I'm
it.
looking
Shit.
for the watch page, man. Where's that? You got a link to the
Uh,
watch page? You can drop for me.
I said, yeah, like on
I'll get some
the.
people here.
Let's see.
I'll let the boys in Los Teos know something's going down. Throw it in
Yeah,
the
because
side chat.
we're on YouTube right now. If I'll make this right here.
I mean, I'm subscribed to your boy live. Is that where you're at?
No, I'm on a new channel right here. It's called
Oh,
it's called Patrick So Random. Like this is the channel I basically yeah, this ain't the live stream channel. This is the okay. Yeah, it is
all
right
right.
here.
There we go.
Yeah,
I'm good.
this is the brand new one right here.
Nobody ever tells me about the new shit, man.
Yeah,
All right.
I thought I did. Like I've been sitting there everywhere I basically can. Cause this is the one I basically do like when I want to get away from all the politics and like all the craziness and shit like that, and I just want to sit back and have a blast with folks talking about everything outside of the political standard right there
Oh, that's
because it's
exactly
getting
where I
really
want to be. I'm glad to be
ooh
subscribed to this channel now.
shit. Because I mean it gets really really oof and things like that. And I'm surprised you missed the first one, man. Hell shit. Yeah, I had a couple weeks ago I interviewed Marcy Diamond.
Yeah, I know you told me about that, man. I ended up I put it in my saved list and didn't get back to watching it. How'd that end up?
Yeah, oh, that was fun, man. Shoot. I mean, she was a cool motherfucker person to talk to. Cause at first, like when she first popped up, I'm just like, oh fuck, man. It's like, because you know how you get that starstruck bullshit going on because you ain't used to talking to people like this, and all of a sudden this person, pops up. It's like, oh fuck, they're real.
Yeah. So she was all right though. She was a pretty down to
Yeah,
earth person.
yeah, she was cool, man. Like easy to motherfucking talk to, man. Like hell, hopefully, like I said, we could do that motherfucking shit again. Like hook me up with other people right there. It's just like I said. Now I'm just networking to try to like get in touch with them and things like
But
that.
did
You know
you
what?
ask her to put a butt plug in, man?
Nah.
That's the trick. That's the trick. We found that out with Charlotte Sarter back in the day when I did that interview with her. Gasly got to go to the bathroom. Man, as soon as he was gone, I was like, "So put that butt plug in for the audience." I knew I was gonna hold it over him his whole life. Like, yeah, I did that while you were gone. Technically, he was the boss,
No, I didn't get it this time, but hopefully I can get one of them and stuff like that. Like, oh, you got a love sense? Yeah, let me get the control of it right there. So of course, like I said, this is my new show on this channel right here called Who We Talking To, where I'm just basically doing interviews with everybody, just shooting the basic breeze with them. Now, of course, the rules on here and things like that is there ain't no motherfucking rules, man. Shit, we ain't PG, we ain't PC. Talk how you would talk if we wasn't on the motherfucking internet and things like that. And I already know I ain't gotta like worry about when it comes to you because you gonna shoot your shit
I have a
regardless
problem.
of how it
Yes,
is.
I got a problem.
Yo.
I have a serious problem running my mouth and getting in trouble. I went on Twitter. There was a transgender individual
Mhm.
who they got mad that they were asked to leave the Texas State Capitol during a transgender protest. They were wearing a skirt. This male individual by birth. I don't want to offend this transgender individual. You're about to find out why in a minute when I get to the end of this story. They bent over and showed their butthole and balls to a crowd. The state senate, but they had a crowd with like kids as young as like 12 and 13 in that crowd who were exposed to this ballery. I went on that Twitter account and I was like, there was a thread, you know, because I wasn't the only one who saw that news story. So there was a thread going, and I was like, yeah, I think you should go to jail. I think you should go to jail. This person's boyfriend, girlfriend, it's a boy, but it plays like it's a girl. Like, so I don't know what to call it. It wrote a 3-page blog saying that I was a white supremacist and I was targeting Texas anime conventions. Because no, you want to know why? Because when we found out Tyro was a legit pedophile, here's the fucking thing that this transgender individual thinks makes me a terrorist. I said, my daughter goes to those conventions. I'm gonna have to start following my daughter around Mission Impossible style. And if some pedophile comes out or drop down out the rafters and shit, like a knife in my teeth. That is a direct quote from Late Night with Adonis Paul. Now, this person doesn't quote that in their blog. They just say on a certain day, I threaten Texas conventions. This motherfucker right here posted that to a bunch of like Texas anime convention Facebook boards. And it said part 4 coming to see the community's reaction.
Yeah,
there was no reaction
because you dare speak out against them and things like that. So now they got to make you out until the to the motherfucking boogeyman.
The only truth in that shit, but it was kind of funny. I just don't want to have to explain it to somebody else. That's why that blog I'd get like legal matters involved to get that motherfucker taken care of. But I wouldn't worry about that shit when it comes to my show. Like they said, Los Tejas was a criminal terrorist international gang. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure anyone who spends 2 seconds watching Late Night's gonna go. That's a fake name of a Los Tejas themed city. You're stupid. Is Bering setting traps for trannies too out there?
Yeah, you know, man, you know how some folks are when it comes to that crazy ass shit right there. Man.
I'm just saying, man. It's like I got a problem talking shit. Sometimes get me into trouble.
Yeah.
All I said was if you expose your balls to some children, you should probably get legal repercussions from it.
And the wild part is that used to happen, but for some reason, man, hell shit. Everything just went motherfucking backwards. And I hate that shit too, because we got decent transgender friends out there, and it's making them look motherfucking bad because now people see them and they automatically assume like, oh yeah, you one of those motherfucking freak of nature.
Yeah, there's always been these people. I'm not denying these people have not always existed. Before I knew the internet, I knew of somebody who knew one of these people. Like they've always existed, but like not like today, not like where they're like, hey kids, we have this option for you. If you ain't man enough, if you feel confused and you're a teenager, if you don't feel like you can, maybe you're a lady inside. I'm like, that would be super rare. That's like telling kids, like, if they sneeze, maybe you have AIDS. That could freak a little motherfucker out.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Like I'm saying, manipulating these kids at an early age. I don't know. It's like they're trying to like control like the next generation to get it's some fucked up shit. But anyway, let's try to move away from that part right there. Like,
okay, it was just an extension of me being like, I talk too much shit, Pat.
I know. Getting on to you, like I said, talking about you. All right, so let's start off. Like I said, like how this whole entire thing get started? How did AP, like I'm saying, on the internet and things like that? Like I'm saying, like where did it all first start?
Oh man, as far as the internet where I am now, it all kind of started. Like I wasn't a personality on the internet before we were doing the Gulf City thing. So I guess that would be it. I did something and it started to take off. And this guy I knew was like, hey, let me do that. Make that part of my company. Let me have that, and we'll do great things because I'm a graphic designer and I can do these things, man. It'll look great, and we get the equipment and sounded all good, but it wasn't really all good. So after a while, like you should never really try to work for your friend in any capacity. Like don't always work out well. So after a minute, I decided to stop doing that, and I became much more successful just doing things on my own. And that's become a founding principle of what I do out here. Is I'm not trying to partner up with nobody. You know what I mean? Like what I do late night has got to be me. It can't be me and co-host somewhere else over here, fishbowl head person. It's got to be. I will not work with other people. I work with other people. I'm stream with you right now. You want to get on stream, do some kind of collab, something like that. Work on a project together. That'd be cool. But I mean, like, as far as doing a show with a co-host, I'm like, no more co-hosts. And it's been cool.
Yeah, because I remember, like I said, you started out like yeah, with like the Ghost City thing right there, like
I like how people say that, the Gulf City thing. Yeah.
yeah, it's like yeah, because like it's still going on right now, like I said with Ghastly, Ghastly and Phil Gilmore.
Do you
So
mean
like
like drama, or just they
no,
are
no,
they
no,
are going on as? Oh, I was
just like
about to say, is there drama? I
just like
wasn't aware no
just
drama
like
was
just
happening.
like the whole entire thing that went on and stuff like that, like how with the whole anime thing, like like you got your part right there, like Gaska with the ghost thing, like Phil is basically like I'm saying, like the dude with the fishbowl head and thing and all that right there. So like that all got started together.
No, the fishbowl head. I don't know where that came from. That came from Seth MacFarlane. I don't know where that came from. That comes to Seth MacFarlane and Y Files. I think. I'm not sure. There just may have been a day with. I don't know where that came from. That is my official answer. I
Yeah, I
don't know.
remember,
I
like I
would have
said,
made
what
different choices.
yeah, because I remember watching all this stuff like back in the time, like I said, like all the stuff that went on back in the day that was so much motherfucking fun. But of course, like I said, a lot of stuff basically fell down, like some drama happened then and there. Like I said, some people, like fuck button heads and all that right there. And man, and you one thing about you, man, you managed to find people on the motherfucking internet and you dig into their stuff right there. And I mean, like the sagas, man, that you've created over the motherfucking years, man.
Can we be
People,
clear for the listeners, man? When he says dig into their stuff, the stuff they posted
yeah,
publicly on their channel. I'm not getting they docs and
no,
shit.
no, I'm not talking about like digging in
Like
that
I
right there.
watched their
I'm talking about
videos, is what he's
you
saying
watch the
right now.
videos and
Yeah.
you put out. I'm telling you like everything. Like I'm saying, you go into that motherfucker like the Discovery Channel because I mean it's like everything they put up in there. And then you create this this huge documentary and things like that. That's like I'm saying like. And it's like, it's like in sections. So it's like I'm sitting here like the first time it basically went down was I'm saying the whole Scooby thing. Yeah, we finna get into that right there. Let me see if I can pop these things up right here because I got them up in here in a row. Like let's see. Oh shit, where's it at?
Old Scoober was. I was about to say I wonder what he's up to, but then I remembered I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're going on. All right, here. Let's see if it's presenting right now. So we're going to start with this number one person right here because this is where a whole lot of stuff basically got started right here. So yeah, here it is.
Motherfucker here.
Fucking Scooby 331. Now, like so Scooby popped up on the whole entire thing, like just basically this Mickey Mouse like anime thing like they're showing up in streams of people that we basically know. Now I don't know what basically went down or how it basically went down. All I know is that one day, Tara had asked me to pop up on their stream and things like that. I did, and all of a sudden everybody in the chat like, "Oh no, they got Pat and like Pat, why you doing this and all this and right here?" And I didn't know what the fuck was going on until you and I Ray Prostate. Like basically broke it down for me, and I still didn't know what the hell was going on.
I do not remember that stream, but that sounds something like something I might be responsible for, possibly. Like I'm not.
It's like
people showing up being like, "No, Pat, no." That sounds like it might have been us because we like you.
Yeah, it's like because I didn't know what the hell was going on, but it's like I got y'all part of the story, and I got their part of the story, and my whole entire thing was like, you know what? I don't know what the hell's going on, so therefore I ain't finna be in the mix of. I just know like Tara had invited me on the stream and things like that because she wanted to hang out, and plus, like I said, she wanted to motherfucking hook up, and
I was wondering if he was gonna add that part to the story, being like,
yeah.
In my mind, I was like, plus she was smashing.
Yeah, that's gonna be way on down the road. Now, according to your saga right here, like from what I've seen, what
I don't come until part 5. Yeah,
how it got with Scooby is like Scooby got mad at somebody because he asked to be on like Leafy's birthday stream, but like I'm saying, but he never got the motherfucking invite. So
yeah,
of course,
my fiance now started the Scooby saga with brought me into it, and I didn't even know her back then. But apparently she didn't want to be on. They were trying to be polite about keeping Scooby away from some live stream because there was some of the larger YouTubers going to be on it, and they didn't want Scooby around. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he wanted to promote some cringe right-wing rally that probably, if history is a good teacher, is a bad move. Don't go to those fucking things. But Scooby wanted everyone to go and unite the right or whatever. So I think they they let him on for 30 seconds. I'm Scooby 331, come to unite the right Latin. They just got rid of him, and that blew his mind. And then Trippy Poop insulted him because he brought up that Leaf wouldn't let him play with their new Barbies, and that really upset him too. But what got me involved more than that, I wasn't even in on at that point. Not like I wasn't with Leaf at that point. What got me involved was when GCV was like, this motherfucker said he's gonna come to my house and blind me. And I'm like, GCV, man, motherfuckers get threatened on the internet all the time. He's like, no, he's like specifically like he's got my name and my location. He says he's going to come fucking kill me. And people say that, and then you read what people sent them, and it's very rarely exactly that, you know. But Scooby was a different breed of man. Scooby didn't play internet games. He thought he was in the mafia. This motherfucker was like, I'm straight up going to come and jam my thumbs into your fucking eye sockets and blind you at this address. So we're like, whoa, a little too much. And after that's when the cunt stream thing happened with Leaf and Politipod. And when I started putting these things on video is when like the vitriol to me began. Like that's when I'm trying to remember when it became like Scooby started hyper focusing.
Yeah.
I think there was a stream I did with him where he was trying to deny everything. And I think I jumped on some stream where he was trying to deny everything. And I was like, that's my cue. So I'm like, I have all this right here. And if you're going to keep talking over me, I'm just going to make a video where you can't talk over it. I think that's how the first two got made. The first three, the third one came out. I was going to leave it alone, but then his Amazon wish list became a thing. And how do you not? I mean, if you're doing a video series, then you find out the guy's a furry who's buying butt plugs on Amazon and giant fursuits and shit like that. You can't not make that video. So then that happened. And Scooby lost his mind and started posting more. So more evidence started to build up and more screenshots started to build up. And around December the next year, I'm like, well, fuck, I guess we're going Star Wars with this shit. We're making a whole fight. That's when it turned to Star Wars. That was part 4 because I was like, this shit's going to go on forever. And it did, man. We got all the way through part 6. We got new characters that came in. Like Dark Ninja made an appearance. Tom P came in part 6. You made your appearance in part 5. We tried to go easy. It could have been worse.
Yeah, because it could have been. Because like I said, I didn't know what the hell was going on with the whole entire thing. But the main thing y'all were basically saying was like, man, Pat, like I said, keep your eyes when it comes to motherfucking Scooby and things like that, like
your romantic life was the last of my concerns, man. I'm like, this motherfucker Scooby right here is running around saying he's gonna kill people's kids and shit, Pat, like your friends' kids. Like he's saying he's gonna kill your friends' kids.
And that's what y'all saying right there. And
I was just gonna say you hear that, but you don't believe it because you know what I'm saying, like. Who's really gonna threaten to kill your kids? You think you're gonna read the screenshot and it's gonna say something different? And they're like, okay, he was inferring some shit. Not Scooby. Scooby gonna set you alive in North Carolina, Geek Thulu. Or you're gonna burn you alive. That's to set you alive. We're gonna burn him.
He did that to a whole bunch of people, and I didn't start finding that shit out until until I made up my Discord. After that, goddamn, it's like every day, goddamn, Scooby just hit me up with this right here. When's the last time you talked to AP, or when's the last time you talked to Gasly, or such and such, and this and right there. And I'm like, Scooby, I ain't your motherfucking messenger, goddamn it, hell shit. If you can't get in touch with these motherfucking people, there might be a goddamn reason. And it got so motherfucking bad to where people come at me back and forth, and this started stressing me the fuck out to the fact where I had to go to the goddamn hospital. And after that, I'm just like, you know what? I'm done with this motherfucker. I'm done.
You got bad blood pressure or something?
It's just, this is doing a stress time of my life and all that right there. And it got so bad, to where that did happen.
I'm sorry I had a part in that, man.
It wasn't nothing serious. No, it's just I just got tired of it because, like I said, it was just Scooby. Every day was some motherfucking bullshit. And you find out that he was just only doing this stuff because he had this little bit of relevancy on the motherfucking internet right there, and he was trying to fucking cling on to it. So now I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this motherfucking shit right there. Like I'm saying, I don't want to hear about this or whatever you got going on between such and such and this and that. That's you, goddamn it. But don't come at me with that shit no more. Oh, he really
Pat,
got mad.
I think
and
because
that's when
you
he started
can
pulling that.
I'm sorry, man. I mean, I'm just saying. I think because you can whoop all our asses, we think you don't have like real regular people feelings anymore. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, Pat can handle it. He been caught fucking a fat bitch before. Hit him up. See what's up with it. Ask him. I didn't know it was gonna like put that in your life.
No,
I'm like, he could whoop my
well,
ass. I'm not, I didn't think it would be nothing. I'm like, well, Pat could whoop me, so he's tougher than me. It should be fine, right? We can talk about this.
Now the wild part when that happened though,
now.
right there, it's like and yeah, she was sitting right here. I'm saying, well, worried about me. Like I'm saying, like, don't you be telling them. I'm like, I ain't no, I don't tell
that
anybody
bitch
what
was
goes
the
on
one
in my
who
motherfucking
gave
sex
up the
life.
ghost.
Exactly. I said, if anybody says anything 9 to 10, it's gonna be you. And all of a sudden, man, it's like I wake up one day and Trippy is in my goddamn shit talking about, Pat, you fuck Tara. I'm never gonna let you live this the fuck down. And this is
shit, I can blame Trip. This is your fault.
This is before I really know. This is before I really knew Trippy, and all that right there, like I'm saying, and how motherfucking that's how Trippy fucks with you and shit like that, when he's just basically being cool. I'm just like, well, what the fuck? I'm saying, Trippy just hit in my motherfucking shit right there, being a motherfucking dick. Like, what the hell's going on? And then all of a sudden, Cadunt basically sends me the motherfucking link with the timestamp of what it basically asking Tara of like what's going on, and she just basically like, oh yeah, me and Pat fucked and all that right there, and I'm just like, so it just hit that point. Like that's when I made that live stream where I just basically like, yeah, this basically went down. Like, yeah, she's right. Yeah, we did fuck.
I mean, it could have been worse though, Pat. It could have been worse. You could have been cheating with Tara as the side bitch, and she went on the internet talking that shit and just ruined your life. This way, it's just like 5 interested people on the internet who will never talk about it again and are like, yeah, he fucked some fat bitch like 5 years ago. Like that means nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my little, it's like I think my input was basically because, like I said, this is when they were fucking with Burnside and things like that. And it was more like the throw shade at him and stuff like that. Like Tara was cucking him and all that shit right there.
It was 100% to throw shade at Burnside, man. Yes. No, you were cucking him. There's the we've done the math. We did the math 5 or 6 times on this one. It adds up the same every time. Burnside was in love with a woman, and hey, like, no, you were cucking him, dude. I'm not gonna relive this old business in detail, but no, you absolutely were. That man did not have other options. That open relationship. If it was open relationship, it was an open relationship where his back was to a wall. Like it was open if he went through her. You know what I mean? But it wasn't open for him to turn around and go get none for himself.
Now, and the wild part is I didn't have a problem with any of the rest of them and things like that. My problem was with Scooby. Was mainly with that shit right there that he basically started all this stuff and then coming at me with bullshit. And when I told him I was done, that's when he really got motherfucking mad. And so he had my number at one time and things like that, and I ended up blocking this motherfucking shit. Now that's when it happened. When all of a sudden, like I said, it was on the 4th of July. This motherfucking nigga right here gonna call my goddamn daughter's phone, making motherfucking threat towards me. And you remember when I made that motherfucking tweet where I basically,
oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I played it right there and I went the fuck off. And I'm saying, I'm like, motherfucker, if you really want to goddamn do something, come on then. And he did exactly the same thing that he did to GCV. He gonna try to sit up here like, I know where you live, gonna try to send me my address and stuff like that. And I told him, come on,
I know where I live too. Come on.
There gonna be bullets waiting on you. Yeah, and to this day, he still ain't showed the fuck up because Scooby knew I was not fucking with him. God damn it! Like you,
that was really the end of
here,
the
damn it, I
guarantee
saga. You ain't going home.
That was more or less the end. That was the last time Scooby ever fucked with somebody. Because is the whole, you can play tough with somebody like me. Because I'm 5'6.5". You know what I mean? I'm a little dude. You can play tough with a motherfucker like me, but he couldn't play tough with you. Like nobody was buying that it was a good idea to piss you off. You know, he'd be like, "Oh, you pissed with you." If he goes to try to fuck with AP, he might kill AP. No, they're like, "Why? Pat will murder you, Scooby. He would fucking annihilate you. What are you gonna even do to follow this up? What are you gonna do? Go to his house so he can twist your head off? He's like 3 times your size, Scooby." No, it's like somebody walking up and just fucking with the biggest kid in school who wasn't fucking with anybody else. Imagine the biggest kid is cool as shit, and some new kid walks in the school like, "I'm gonna go punch him. I'm gonna show everyone how tough I am." It's not gonna play out for you.
Yeah, Becker Tabak kind of. If he would have showed up 9 to 10, Scooby would have been dead because I was dead serious. I'm like, nigga, show up if you ready. God damn it, I'll tell you right now, I got this motherfucker ready for you, and I showed him the motherfucking gun. Yeah, show up if you want to, bitch.
He tried to. He supposedly actually did try to call the FBI They make an investigation. That's legit. Of course, they closed it because it was bullshit. But he did really call the FBI. That part's true. We know Agent Inzerillo actually legit took a report from Scooby, which I'm like, well, why aren't you charging them with false reporting? They're like, well, we can't really guarantee that this motherfucker knew that he was giving us a false report, even though it's stupid. Like this person in Austin, like if they actually did make a report to APD that I was going to go blow up an anime convention or something, they could be held very liable for that. To my knowledge, there was no investigation or even report made though. So, but Scooby did that shit. Scooby really did. He tried to tell the FBI that Gulf City was a money laundering organization for the mafia.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Scooby was just a motherfucking character, and that's what I'm saying. I was glad when his motherfucking ass finally disappeared, because that's all it really was. It was just him trying to hold on to that little tiny bit of internet relevances that he had, and he already knew, like, once you stop messing with him and things like that, like once you fully left him alone, he knew that was it. So he was trying to start shit with other goddamn people, and he fucked around. He ran up on the wrong one, because I already told the motherfucker, I ain't goddamn playing with your ass. I will fucking kill you.
He will do some gay shit. Like he would unblock me on Discord and then be like, right, Scooby, like 30 times, like cut and paste it, and then block me again before I could reply to him. Be like, I'd be happy to hear from him. I'd be like, Scooby, what up, man? It'd be like seeing an old friend today. I wouldn't even shit on him. I'd be like, how you doing? How you doing, Giuseppe? What's up, big man? How you doing there? I'd be nice as shit to him. It's been a while. I wouldn't do that to Tonka, but I'd do that to old Scoob. It's been a minute. You gonna threaten to kill everybody, Scooby? Just elbowing him and shit in the ribs, like you gonna threaten to kill that motherfucker over there. See what he do.
Yeah,
see what he says to you.
Oh, I love that part of your saga what you was doing right there, where you basically showed him at the damn at that fucking rally that he was at and stuff like that. To my my name is Giuseppe, but everybody's calling me Scooby. And then you're showing him, showing his face and then playing like these dreams,
just getting rejected by this fucking shit. You almost feel sorry for him because he's just trying, and there's a guy right there, there's the dude she's with is right there, and so and this guy's not even threatened, he's just letting her talk to him like, yeah, go ahead, strike out, bud, go ahead. Can I sign your flag? Here, let me sign it. Scooby, in case this video ever makes the internet, I can't deny who I am. Scooby 331. You fucking moron.
Oh my god. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Oh, we got more folks on here too. Like, this motherfucker right here now. How'd this shit get started?
Let's see here. Oh, James Robert Clark. That comes from JJ Stoner to Daywave. And I started following him, but I wasn't starting shit. My angle on him was he's not that bad. I kind of liked the guy. I thought he was a goofy douchebag, but he was harmless enough. Until one day on Daywave, he said something. He said something to Daywave via his community tab. And so we all started joking around like, that's it, James, karate tournament. You meet us at the All Valley tournament. We're going to dress as Cobra Kai, and you have to dress as Daniel LaRusso, man. And it's on. James heard that and responded to it like it was a real ancient martial arts challenge. Like we're on a comedy morning show talking about dressing up like Cobra Kai and karate kicking fighting because you said something about Daywave and that could fuck with the money. But James can't fuck with their money. It was all a joke. So James makes a response video screaming that he wants to fucking fight. So the next day, we're on Daywave, and I tell him that, all right, well, James, first of all, there's no karate fight that's going to happen. That's retarded. But if we did, I would fuck you into the mats. That's James's claim that I threatened to rape him to death. I told him I'd fuck him into the mats. James doesn't know that, in the context of a fight promo, you can literally threaten to eat people's kids. Mike Tyson did it. Like, there's nothing you can do. It's a fight promo, James. You're challenging me to a fight. I have to respond with violence. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, I have to respond with words about violence. The context is a fight. Which I told you wasn't going to happen. But so then James keeps getting mad.
Fuck you up, I got to mentally fuck your ass up.
He gets real mad like it's a cowardice thing. So we set this fight up. I'm going to fly up to, I was going to fly up to like Virginia and go to this gym and be like, we're just only cameras is ours, only spectators are us. You want to settle this? But James doesn't know a few things about me, man. I think I might have fucked him up. I'm like, James, he's like, okay, but it has to be sanctioned and licensed and it has to be at a neutral location. I'm like, well, first of all, I'm a 3-time heart attack patient, so I can't get licensed to fight anybody. James, you're literally mentally disabled by the state of Pennsylvania. You cannot get licensed to fight. So you're making rules that nobody can follow. Then he said that location wasn't neutral. We had to go to his dojang in PA. So we had to go to some like McDojo and fight him. And then we just threw up our fucking hands and started laughing our asses off because he was backpedaling. I got curious myself a few evenings later because James was saying things about underage girls on his community tab that wasn't very wholesome. You know what I mean? So I got.
He looked like a pedo.
I remember he had an Instagram. So I went and checked his Instagram because Instagram will tell you who you're following. And I found out this motherfucker was not only following a number of not just underage, like obviously underage girls. We're talking like 10 to 12-year-old underage girls. And he was liking, they, you know, because they like to take fashion photos, put on little clothies and take photos and put them on the gram, you know, like the bigger kids do, which they shouldn't be doing. But because it's obviously because it's fucking pedo bait. And one found them, James Robert Clark. He was like following their profiles. Like it wasn't just some random shit. And he was liking their photos. So he was liking the child material. Like he was stopping to say, do more of this. He was interacting with the accounts. So I screenshotted all that shit. James then had to backpedal real hard. His excuse has landed on, look, I didn't know. They requested I follow them, so I followed them. I didn't know them. And I'm like, James, I screenshotted the account. These girls have like one of them like the most followers. I think was 30 followers. This is for them and their little friends, and you're just this weird fucking 40-year-old pervert showing up on their following list. That's bullshit. So you're saying the children hunted you down, James? You're the victim of the child predators in the most literal sense. The children are hunting you down, and it just snowballed from there to the nurse he started stalking and posting about. To then his therapist wanted to fuck him, and he was making videos about that. And then he got a letter from his therapy place. He made a video saying the therapy place saw the videos that I had made. And I'm like, they probably saw Hatman or the Tart. My video, one video. The Tartanomicon's got all of your shit. Hatman's made like 10 videos. You've been on Drunken. They've talked about you on Drunken Peasants, featured you like 4 times, James. Why does it have to be my fucking video that did it? He doesn't have an answer for that, but it was definitely mine that they watched. He had a freak out because they asked for a psychological evaluation. They started asking him questions about pedophilia because I had screenshots. It wasn't something you could. The only thing you could say is that's not my Instagram.
You had the receipt,
but he never said that. He never said that. So I don't know, man. And then from this point, then he got arrested for stalking his therapist, and now he got his trial reset again just recently for another 30 days. So we're waiting to see what happens when he goes to trial. James is a real dumb fuck, and he deserves everything legally that happens to him because of it.
Oh yeah. Like I said, but like I said, but would you say he's as bad as this one right here?
No, I gotta wait for it. I'm
Jesus Christ.
On the page here. Oh Lord, no, that one is getting roasted in 30 minutes when the new transcripts come out of her court trial to find that she was not held captive. This bitch right here is the most evil woman on the damn planet, Pat. This is the worst one. I've never met one this bad. This is worse than Blogger Tranny. Blogger Tranny was a tenacious little fucker for like a month. Just posted like trying to get people to think like this person, here's his real name in real life, is coming to kill you at conventions. That's nothing compared to Adrastia. Adrastia has made over 1,000 videos accusing me of everything from trying to have her murdered to having her raped to marrying her sister to, let's see, I was going to put billboards up and flyer her neighborhood, telling people that she would offer them blowjobs if they just came and knocked on her door or some shit. Like shit that's so ridiculous, I wasn't worried about people hearing it. I was like, oh, she's obviously schizophrenic. I have covered at this point thousands of people on late night. Thousands. So like if I ever got asked the question, oh, so why do you have these 3 crazy people? I'm like, yo, do you know how many crazy people I've covered? These people are a extreme psychotic minority stalker branch. They are not the normal people get covered on a show like Late Night and go, well, whatever. And then they look back in a month and see that the last month's videos are deleted and go, well, that's cool. That doesn't exist anymore. And they just leave it alone. Adrastia, James, and Scooby do not leave it alone. They put their lives out there as reality shows. But then when you watch their reality
Mm-hmm.
show and you become a fan of it, and you're like, your life's fucked up. Just like any other reality. That's why you watch a reality show. They get mad because you're really insulting their lives. But if you can't handle that, don't make your life a fucking reality show. Adonis Paula isn't real. I don't really live in Las Tejas. My life, I don't put my life out there as a damn reality show. You got a problem with Las Tejas or something I say there, or Adonis Paula? That does not affect me none. You are criticizing something I draw. But if you tell Adrastia the shit she's done is fucked up, she's really murdered a bitch. She's really gotten a 16-year-old raped by a 25-year-old for over a year. Drove true into her house to do it. I mean, this bitch has done some bad stuff. This bitch sent some pictures to a 15-year-old boy, turned around and said the 15-year-old boy
talked about. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. She told a 15-year-old boy that told the world this 15-year-old boy was a predator, and she was going to have him make sure that he was labeled a predator the rest of his life because a 36-year-old woman sent a picture of her tits to him on request. This motherfucker was just doing what 15-year-old boys do. I wouldn't approve of it if I was his father, but it's nothing like the sin of taking the picture and sending it.
Yeah, like I said, she did. I'm saying she did the jacked up thing, but yeah, she wants to blame him like it's his goddamn fault. I'm like, whew.
This bitch. It goes on and on. The lore is never ending. I don't even know where to start with Daywave or man. She's the worst. And then to come find out she really did cold-blooded kill a bitch. Was talking about doing it before. We found emails from her talking about, I hope that in the court transcript, she was saying that she wanted to do it herself. She could do it before Kenneth even came home. This bitch is sick. All those 1,000 videos she made about me, now I believe she was trying to get me killed. She was trying to do what she got Kenneth to do to Roberta. She was trying to get some other person out there on YouTube to do that shit to me. Make somebody think her life was in danger. They were saving her life by offing me. Now, that sounds stupid normally. That sounds retarded. But this bitch has a literal criminal history of doing that.
You know what I'm saying? And I've seen you talk on, I'm saying, from the AP live show to making videos and things like that. And I'm just like, from all the stuff I basically seen of you do about Andressa, I'm like, man, how the hell are you still sane?
You gotta disconnect from him. That's the best trick is to just disconnect from him. With Adrastia, like Adrastia and James, I touched the cows, which is usually a big no-no. You don't do that. Scooby is he's like a rabid bull. That motherfucker will break the pen and come for you. You don't have to touch that cow. But yeah, no, like Adrastia and James, man, that's JJ did it right. He went over to Rumble and he's rougher on those two than anybody else. Don't worry, they ain't watching. But if Adrastia really wanted to know who actually sends the trolls to her fucking doorstep, it's probably the guy showing her tits every day. You know what I mean? But she's like, Adonis Paul, who hasn't mentioned me in 8 months, is the most evil motherfucker on the planet. He's trying to murder me and shit with Original Owl. That's why Original Owl's doing a stream today, revealing these transcripts because they need me to kill myself. I'm like, bitch, I was on with your boy Pat. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, we was talking about you, but I wasn't reading the transcripts. I was just calling you a hoe. That's gonna happen a lot. You a hoe. This bitch.
Now, she was bad, but I think out of all the people who you've ever talked about to.
Oh, there's only one more.
Yeah, like about all the people that you basically talked about, I'm saying I think that you had the most fun with, man, is this motherfucker right here. God damn, this has to be like the cringe of all fucking cringe right here, man.
Latitty, that's my girl. I miss her so bad. This is the Gohan Super Saiyan 2 of my cows, man. Like this bitch right here is the one where I did it right. I didn't touch the cow. I didn't overpower myself. Just watched it play out and documented it, and it was sweet. In fact, the only time this bitch has ever really mentioned me, she said that my videos made her laugh. So I have the fullest excuse to be like, I love Latitty. She's the crazy. Now, who's worse, Latitty or Adrastia? Because Latitty ain't never killed nobody. But who's more fun to watch?
Adrastia is worse, but Latitty. Yeah, this hasn't been the one right here where I'm just like, oh my god damn. All you gotta do is just sit back and just let the sparks fly. You ain't gotta touch this motherfucking stuff right here.
You know what it is? Latitty right here is like a brand new roller coaster at Six Flags up in Arlington. And Adrastia is the Texas Giant. It's not as fun, but it has killed somebody. But this bitch right here was a much better ride. She was newer. She hadn't killed nobody yet, but she's a much better ride, man. She was driving around the country every day, showing her. She would take a shit in a bag and then have to turn on the camera and be like, so I'm Letitia Collins. This is my vlog. This is today's date. Here's what I did. I took a shit in 2 plastic bags last night. I'm 8 months pregnant, and I'm gonna kill this baby just as soon as it comes out of me. I'm gonna bury it in a field somewhere. I got a box ready for it. I got a little shovel in the back. I'm ready for it to happen. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna do great physical harm to the father of the child, who wasn't the father of the child, by the way. For those of you who didn't catch the ending of the Letitia saga, Jason W. was not the father. He did a DNA test. So all that shit, she in prison right now. All that shit she did, she's sitting in prison right now, coming up on 2 years later. And that motherfucker wasn't even the father of the baby. You hoe. Oh, you hoe. These are the tragic tales of our lives, Pat. When a bitch goes full psycho because she's sure that the one she wants to be the daddy out of the 4 men that week she admits to, that's the one she admits to, Pat. So you add 2 dicks to that just to be safe. But she wanted this Jason guy. That was the one she was talking about. Everything from his wallet to his dick, literally. Like talking about, I know the size of this man's dick. I shouldn't. He is. I mean, he would be a catch for a lady. I'm gonna be honest. He's got money. He's got his own land. Apparently, he's well endowed. I can imagine that would be nice for a lady like Letitia, who's got a super loose pussy. But I mean, he was trying to hit it. He went to an Airbnb and just tried to smash and leave. And so, like 2 days later, I'm pregnant. She was like, "What's her name from Don't Be a Menace?" You know the one I'm talking about, who like the mint just rolls right off and goes, "I'm Ashtray, I'm pregnant." That's exactly what Letitia did. And she was pregnant though. Yeah, it's killing me. I can't think of the name right now. Dashiki. I was thinking it was that robe. It's
Dashiki, yes.
Nacho Damas the Great just played the numbers and went Laquanda. Good try, man. You know, there are movies that would have been correct. If it was in living color, you'd have been 100% correct.
Oh man,
Laquanda would have come and rocked your world.
Yeah, but the thing about saying about Letitia right here is like it's like you didn't know this motherfucker was crazy until basically you were showing the part where I'm saying where she was basically showing up at her basically like at her ex-husband, I'm saying at house and stuff like that with the crazy shit, having a jacked up encounter with the police and all that right there, man. I'm just like, you knew that bitch was motherfucking crazy. And then all of a sudden, I'll show like a video later and stuff like that. Like, hey, I'm Letitia, you know, I officially have nowhere going right now. So if anybody wants some free pussy, want to fuck me in the ass, just gonna come on down. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
And there was so much in between. Like I know both the incidents you're talking about. Like, I know both the incidents you're talking about. Like, one was at the hotel when she's like, yeah, I got nowhere to go. Somebody come fight. Anyone pick me up. And somebody did. She jumped in a car of some dude named Raul who tried to get her to smoke meth with him, and she went down and smoked meth. So she paid $40 for a blunt. She did, and she was like, but I didn't have sex with him. I'm like, you may not have had sex with him, but you got fucked. You paid $40 for a blunt. You sure did get fucked that night. You just didn't know it.
And you know what the jacked up party? You know what the jacked up part is about women like Letitia and things like that? These are the craziest, insane old motherfuckers in the world and things like that. But that's probably the best sex that you probably would ever have. Don't have it, but it's probably the best.
Would you be surprised to hear I've thought about this a lot when it comes to Letitia? I've spent many hours going over her footage, and the male mind, when it gets idle and you have to cut footage for hours and hours and hours. I don't know nobody in Massachusetts need to get hold of me right now. Somebody call me from Massachusetts. Maybe it was Scooby.
Oh, I get those all the time.
My Scooby's gonna be like, I heard you talking. I got one from Jersey. It's your boy Pat. Now I think
man, you know what's fucked up? If he ever tried to pop up again, man, I'd be like, man, get the fuck out of here, Scoob.
I think he knows he's done. I think him and Burnside and even Tara, they took her poor ass down with him. They all know they're kind of done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they didn't really get started to get done before you get I guess Tara streamed and had a few people watching, but I mean, Scooby got kicked out of everywhere. He was like the dude you couldn't take to a bar, would try to fight everybody.
And that's what it was like. You know, like Scooby got a lot of people, I'm saying, you know, exiled, but just by guilt by association. Almost took me down with him too. And I'm glad I got out before anything, man. And he did the same shit with Tara because a lot of people like Tara, but For some reason, goddamn it, shit, Scooby just had some kind of just fucking control over a motherfucking ass.
He must have had some, what people tend to do is they group up like refugees when something bad on the internet happens. They go ally seeking, and the first thing that if like 3 people are getting attacked, the first allies they get close with are each other, because they all know what they did and they all know what the story needs to be. It's just like crime.
Yeah,
Like they just caught more of them in a trap. We just
yeah,
we don't get to interrogate them.
Yeah, make sure everybody hit that like button and share this thing out right here. Man, shit, they missing out on the good stuff. But yeah, like back to Latiti right here, like how we're basically saying right here, this is the most psychotic motherfucker in the world. But but if she was, I don't know, it's like I said, out of all the psychoness and things like that, you can just imagine like that probably would be the best sex that you ever motherfucking have, even though it would be the worst thing that you ever stuck your dick in.
Well, Latiti is the problem with women is why Latiti's interesting. Like it's not just Latiti. There's like levels of Latiti in a lot of women. That it's the entitlement. It's the I said something bad happened to me. So you not believing it, despite how the story doesn't make sense, is the offensive part. Getting mad because people are like, no, I don't believe that rape story because you show text messages the next day talking about you need his dick. That doesn't make sense. Women who are raped don't hit the dude up being like, you coming back?
Mm-hmm.
It usually don't happen like that. You need to explain something like that when it happens. But she doesn't have to explain herself. She got even more offended. You don't believe me? Like, okay, like if a woman, if you catch a woman cheating because you look at her text messages, right? The first thing she's going to do is get mad that you violated her privacy. Yeah, you violated I'm leaving you. I can't. You violated my privacy checking my phone. I'm leaving now. I'm going to leave before you get fired. Latiti's like that. Like Latiti's just the worst. I'm sure there's a man out there that the worst of all men, all in one. It's Andrew Tate, ladies. You can have him. Latiti is the worst of all women. She did everything every bad woman does. Abuse your spouse, abuse your baby, try to kill shit. Think that you could get away with highly illegal shit just because you're a girl and say, no, I didn't do that. Which doesn't work for trans people, by the way. You still a man. Just letting you know out there. You can't make up when you start making up quotes from detectives. That becomes a crime called menacing. You should look it up.
All right. And Becca's mentioning one person right here. Like I haven't forgotten Becca. I was just saving up for last. Unfortunately, I didn't get the picture in time because, like I said, like the whole Britta thing, man, the hot and homeless girl. Is she still around? Because I ain't seen no more videos.
That bitch gave our code away to a hobo, man. We can't have it. Like, she had to go.
She what?
That bitch she had to go. That bitch. We get the fuck people got that bitch a brand new fur coat for Christmas because she was out on her ass and homeless and hot, and she needed a coat. So we were like, we'll get you a coat. We'll get you a fur coat, girl. You can go to work looking good, feeling good. You know, she gave that shit away 2 days later on stream. Like she couldn't even do that shit privately. She re-gifted right in front of us. Oh, bitch. She didn't like hearing about it either.
Oh, God dang.
So I didn't know that happened. I didn't watch that shit.
How you gonna give away the shit?
Right in front of
people.
I remember
like Bon Sacco though, like show me like the video of her in that coat right there. Like he's like, yeah, Pat, you see that fur coat right there? Like say, yeah, AP got her that shit right there. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I totally approved a simping mission, and this taught me that no hobos are good hobos. There is no good hobo. They're all bad. There's a reason they're hobos.
Yeah, because I saw right there is like, of course, she comes off as one of those doy motherfuckers and things like that. But Bon Saga like, no, Pat, we can't down on this one right here. Like, this is AP's girl. He refused to let you talk down on her. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, it wasn't that I
how'd you like
how'd I find the bitch? I missed. What'd you say? Oh, I just
it's like
JJ.
How'd you come up
JJ
on
sent her to me.
Britta?
It was another JJ Stoner find. He sent her to me, and I took a look at her and said she's special. I watched her first video and was like, I hate her, and I want her to die. She's a terrible mother. She's a terrible person. I hate her. But I got to her third or fourth video. I was kind of cheering for her because she's so obnoxious. She doesn't know she really doesn't know what she's doing.
No,
like it's not a malicious move when she's just like, yeah, I just decided to like leave my kids and go be homeless, and I want to go play guitar in LA. She really doesn't know how terrible what she's doing is. So instead of shitting on her, because she was kind of sweet, I decided it'd be funnier if we just supported one. And also, we have this track record of breaking hobos. So I was like, let's fix a hobo. Let's fix one. I thought it was a good mission, good karma, be nice. And yeah, it turns out they're all bad. They're all bad. They're all pieces of shit. And apparently she had to take down her page. I'm guessing for legal reasons. Like she's trying to get her back in her kid's life. And again, people don't always want to be on your fucking reality show. Letitia's family is a good example of that. Angel, her brother's fucking criminal, doing straight up criminal behaviors, and she comes running in with a damn camera. Can't have that.
Yeah, but if Letitia was to come back and start making videos, you'd be right on that shit, wouldn't you?
Hell yeah. Oh, I'm about Letitia. I love that bitch. That's my bitch. That is my bottom cow bitch is Letitia, man. Yeah. I love her.
Like, be like, oh shit, man, shit, Letitia's motherfucking out here, shit. What does she motherfucking post? Like, yeah,
if it was reasonable bail, I'd have paid it already.
Yeah, hit a motherfucking ass up. I don't give a fuck what you do. Goddamn it, make motherfucking videos so
I might just send her some commissary, just let you know I didn't forget about you, girl. When you get out, you look me up. Make sure you remember me when you get out.
Oh shit, man.
You get you some vegan honey buns in there. Do what you got to do. Get you some dried strawberries out of somebody else's cereal box.
Yeah,
you vegan bitch.
Okay, now out of all the 4 people I basically popped up right there, because those had to be like the 4 worst of the worst that I've seen, in my opinion, right there. How would you rank them? Like I'm saying, like Scooby, John, whatever that fucking dude is right there, Drasser and Letitia. How would you rank them?
Are we ranking by evil, or are we ranking by how fun they are, or are we ranking by how annoying they are? I mean, they would all. There's one cat like. Are we ranking pedophiles? James Clark comes in way up top.
Now to like who is the most cringiest, or who is the most worst out of all of them? I'm saying,
worst. All right, hold up. I can use the restroom real quick if you don't mind. I'll be back in like 45 seconds, right next room down. But I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna think about that real quick, and everybody else think about it. Discuss if you wouldn't mind, and right back with an answer.
Yeah, like everybody in the chat, like out all people. Let's see, like all right. So we basically.
Oh, who's most evil out of everybody in the chat too? Oh fuck, that's Corey Foxtrot. He's the king. If we're doing it just by evil, but that doesn't mean he's a bad guy.
I'm asking the chat right here, like out of all the folk we basically showed right there who they think the most evil. So of course there was Letitia, there was Andrastia, there was that John, whatever the fuck his name is, and things like that, and there's Scooby. So who the fuck would y'all rank out of them and things like that? Scooby being a fake ass goonbond, and I'm saying like who we knew back in the day and shit like that, who basically pissed everybody off to the point where hell. He received all this stuff right here. The other guy right there who the sick twisted, I'm saying, pedo acting motherfucker who tried to act tough on the motherfucking internet. Then you got Andrastia who has to be like the crazy. If I had to say, I'd say, Andrastia was the motherfucking worst right there. Because I was watching that whole entire thing, man, from watching the AP's live stream to some of the videos he made right there. And I'm just like, this motherfucker is crazy and evil of all motherfucking things right there. So I'll say it has to be her, it has to be Letitia, it had to be Scooby. Then it had to be a James motherfucker right there at the basic end. Like James is bad when it comes to the pedophilia and stuff like that. But as far as cringe, I'm just like, man, you motherfucking weak sauce. I can thump you and I'm saying and knock your ass the fuck out right there. But yeah, that Andrastia motherfucker has the craziest shit I ever seen, man. Letitia was nuts, but she was entertainingly goddamn nuts, man. And Scoob, yeah, like I said, like motherfucker, I wish Scoob would have showed up on my motherfucking doorstep with this shit right there. You think I'm saying? And like a lot of people knew where the fuck I live at and things like that. Like, what, you thought that was gonna motherfucking scare me? Like, oh, you found my address, you know where I stay at. You say you're gonna come see me and things like that. Oh yeah, come on, motherfucker. And oh yeah, by the way, there will be motherfucking bullets waiting when I see your ass. Shit. That's what it basically really came down to. Scooby didn't know who the fuck he was fucking with. He's just like, oh, this worked on somebody before. Maybe it'll work again. Like, motherfucker, I'm black. I don't play that motherfucking bullshit, nigga.
All right.
He's back right
here. What don't we play? I'm sorry, man. You haven't scolded somebody?
No, I was talking about when it came to the whole Scooby thing right there. Like, just because, like I said, he may have scared somebody with the whole like, I know where you live. This is your address and shit right there. Like Scoob, I'm motherfucking black. You think that motherfucking shit works on us?
He ain't gonna come near where you live, man. But here's Here's the rankings I came up with while I was holding myself.
All right.
If we're gonna go by most evil, I know Letitia's a hard shoe in, but Adrastea has actually strangled a disabled woman to death to get her way. Adrastea is the most evil. If we rank evil plus fun, Letitia jumps over Adrastea with a fun boost. Because Adrastea is not as fun. If we go by entertainment value, who's the best cow? Letitia. Hands fucking down. Who is the most cringe out of all of them? That is a neck and neck runoff between Scooby and James Robert Clark, but I'm gonna have to give it to Scooby because Scooby really believes he's in the mafia. James just thinks he's a karate guy. That might be kind of true with James, where Scooby has no mafia affiliation whatsoever, so he's a little more cringe.
My mother-in-law is Don Corleone. Like, motherfucker, Don Corleone is fictional, bitch.
Yeah. He's just motherfuckers out here like, my dad helped us with the Lufthansa heist. And I'm like, you telling people about your dad's heist? You're a terrible family member. Why'd they let you around?
Oh, shit, man.
You just snitch on my own father because I'm a real gangster. Yeah, I bet you are, man.
Yeah, in this beautiful motherfucking neighborhood that he motherfucking said, like, you know, like I'm from, you know, wherever the fuck he said he was. Yeah. Like I'm saying, like he was really in motherfucking Paisan Terror. Motherfucker, you in this clean ass motherfucking neighborhood.
No, he's out on Long Island. He lives out on Long Island with his mother. Just because they have an accent. They're barely Italian. His dad's Spanish.
But you gotta love it though. You put in the school staying right there, boy. Here, shit. He was the head motherfucking Goomba.
Yeah, he is a ridiculous motherfucker.
All right, now, get into this. This is one question that you told me to hold on to right there because you had an answer. Because the last time I was watching, like, AP Live, you were doing your cringe talk thing right there, and of course, you know, it included a whole bunch of cringy ass motherfucking trannies up in there and shit like that.
Oh,
and the one thing I noticed about this whole entire thing, and I just basically popped up. I'm like, why is it always these motherfucking white people doing this crazy shit right there? You said you had a good answer for that right there, so I want to hear that right there.
Because oppression is valuable, and there are a bunch of lost ass kids who don't have any friends, and they used to get into different shit. But now you can't be cool unless you have a form of oppression. You cannot have straight, white, or male by itself. You have to put it on something. Okay, I'll take you for instance. You are a black male, so you cool. You're all right with them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you were a gay black male, you would get the higher rankings. I can't claim that. I can't go up the rankings of race, but I could go up the rankings of sexuality. I could be a gay white male, and then they would accept me. Then they would just let me in their group. Then I would be an in crowd guy. Those are the three things you cannot be. You cannot just be straight and be if you're an oppressor. You're a fascist. Otherwise, you cannot just be male. You cannot just be like you've got to have something for them. They will not accept it. So the reason that we have why there are so many white kids is it's not cool to just be a white kid. All the other kids are getting special shit. Like, and I'm not talking about like nothing. I'm like, I feel bad for urban kids, for like those black kids, like poor black kids, because they're getting fucking stepped over for some kid who just decides he wants to change his gender for attention and to being part of the in group, because just being a white kid is not cool. You've got to be white and something else. And we can't just become black. So what are they becoming? We used to try to rap, but now there's a thing they can actually just claim.
Mm-hmm.
It's a style, and the rules of what is cool, which are dictated by young people, and young people are stupid, are that you just cannot be those three things by themselves. You can't be if you're just a straight white man, you're the worst. That combination, that's the fucking trifecta of the worst. If you're a straight black man, that's 2 out of 3. You're pretty bad, Pat. You're pretty bad. But at least you 2 out of 3. You got something that's not white. You can kind of put you over here. If you was gay, that'd be better.
Yeah, but what makes me real bad, like I said, I'm a straight black man that thinks for himself.
Well, that makes you an Uncle Tom.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, I'm a coon. I'm Uncle Tom. I'm a house nigga. I'm saying, in that point right there, you know, like you think for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't you know about the oppression of the black people and stuff like that? Like, ain't nobody kept me down. I work for all my stuff right here. I'm doing good for myself. Oh, you Uncle Tom sellout. And this is coming from white people that tell me this shit. You know, you race traitor.
Black people are proud of you if you do something with yourself. Well, not all. Some people are haters.
Not
But
all of them. I'm
like
saying you
some
get the hate
people are haters.
motherfuckers,
But
boy.
yeah, the most time I've ever heard a black man called a coon or an Uncle Tom has come out of liberal white people's mouths.
Yep.
And it started with that Godfather's Pizza dude. I forget his name, but that's the first time I saw that happen. It was a George W. Bush election, I think, and they had the owner of Godfather's Pizza, and that was the first thing they started throwing at him. Like, you're a Republican running, Uncle Tom Coon. It's like, wait, hold on. Thought you wanted a black man to be president. This one's running.
Yeah, but they want they kind of black man, like, what's your kind of black man? Oh, he's a old, woe is me, eyes oppressed, the white man keeping me down.
Apparently, a Hawaiian, half black guy from Hawaii is their guy. They couldn't even wait for like a real black man. They were like, Barack Obama, that's fine, we'll take him.
Mm-hmm.
He was, but to be honest, he was like the least objectionable Democrat since Barack Obama. Okay, that's not saying much. All right, fair enough.
But like how you were basically saying right there, it's like every time I see these motherfucking cringe, I'm saying these cringy ass transgender motherfuckers and things like that. Number one, like I said, the majority of them, I want to say 99.9% of them aren't even fucking trans. They're just clinging on to the motherfucking shit.
Yeah.
Because it gives them so much attention.
Yes.
Then they see
you get
how
all this special shit. In the 90s, man, when we grew up, it was kids cutting their wrists. They would slice on their arms for that kind of attention.
Emos and shit.
Yeah. That's what those kids would do. And what kids were doing it? It was the same fucking kids. The same fucking weak-ass kids with no fucking problems and no fucking purpose. That's one of these kids' problems. They don't have purpose anymore. Their purpose is finish high school. So when your purpose is finish high school and everyone in high school hates you, and when you go and then you're told that you don't have any problems, motherfucker. High school, that's like you see no reason not to destroy your world.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they go nuts.
I'm saying, because hell, a lot of them have really good lives and things like that. But like I said, they want to be a part of the woe is me, I'm oppressed crowd that they go out here and they do all this stuff and just, oh my God, man. And like I said, and it makes the decent ones that a lot of us that we know, make them look so damn bad, man. That now, like I said, anytime you even hear the word, oh, I'm a transgender, oh, you one of those motherfuckers.
Yeah, and I try not to do that, man. It may sound hard to believe, but here's my two experiences with transgender people online. Jeff Vader told one, Adonis Paul, that was a jujitsu transgender person in their comments. I don't know why. Never heard of this person before. Jeff Vader thought he was being funny. Told him, Adonis Paul says he'd fight you for one of your chocolate medals. So this thing looks up Adonis Paul, grabs my fucking name, my docs, posts all of that shit in the comments. So we had to go in there so thick and put the fucking that's not so nice to do in the comments until that person turned off their comments to this day. So this fucking day that channel doesn't turn their comments on anymore. As well, you shouldn't when you do that shit. The second one I met decided I thought it was Tate that did this. Tate's off the hook. I had to get a fucking professional to figure this out. Tate's off the hook. Turns out the second one that I met, I didn't even know I met. It was somebody I'd never even interacted with. It was the possible fucking boy girlfriend of the thing that lifted its skirt at the Texas State Senate that I said on Twitter that it should go to prison. And they're like, oh, I should go to prison? Well, how do you like it, you terrorist? And I'm like, but I won't, because I don't build bombs or have gun caches or run a white supremacist organization. I'm very public, so people can see that. But you really did pull your dick and balls out in front of children. So I'm going to stand on this hill. Is
okay.
Yeah, and they left it out. I've read other articles this person has written for a trans publication. That's one of the ways they were hunted down. Where they're defending this person at the Queen Maxine at the state Senate, never mentions what Queen Maxine did. Just said it was a trans activist who was there and was targeted online by online hate group leaders, which I assume was referencing to me and the fine people of Los Tejas.
Yeah, so I'd be like, yeah, did you tell them why?
No, I could read this article to you right now. It never mentions why. That I was saying that this person should, and I didn't say go to prison. I don't think you'd go to prison for it. You'd probably get probation and a fine for your first offense. You go to protest and your dick fell out. I'm not saying, but just saying. I never said prison, but yeah, you should face the legal repercussions. The screenshot that accompanied it, I used the words, yes, I believe somebody who exposes himself to children should face legal repercussions. And then they went on to, this article goes on to say, this person is on the sex offender registry. And so they do a lot of articles about why the sex offender registry is evil. And they went on to say how the real problem is these pedophile hunters. Whenever you say that you hate pedophiles, what you're really saying is you want to be able to vote for the genocide of transgendered people. That is a direct quote from this person, whose name I would have already said out loud a bunch of times if I was able to do so. But
and anybody that says some stuff like that, I automatically is suspect, because why the hell would you? I'm saying, and that's the first thing that comes up. Anytime, like I said, like you basically, I'm against the most horrible thing in the world, and their first thing is to do is to try to defend that by trying to make it, trying to shame you, like oh, so you're against such and such and this and that right there. Like, what did you hear? Where did that come out of my mouth? Like, for instance.
Well, they speak
say, like hell, pedophiles should be put down and things like that. Oh, so you don't like trans people?
Yeah, it's exactly what happened here. That's exactly what happened here. And that's the jump they made. I could read you quotes from this. I mean, it's not up anymore. It got taken down because it was stupid. It was clearly a bullshit article. So twice Medium took it down. But yeah, it's a sick thing. Like, it's 2 pages of just pure pedophile defense. And be like, this guy's an evil white supremacist. And then they forget that they kind of lose they lose between parts 2 and 3. They lost their own plot. And then they come back to explain how some right-wing guy that I don't remember his name, I'd have to look it up from the article or the blog, hated pedophiles, and he turned out to be fucking little kids. So that must mean that's what I'm doing.
And that's why I be telling a lot of transgender people out there. Like, if you wonder why people think that I'm saying that you're into this crowd right here and things like that, it's because that crowd has infiltrated your community, as you basically put it right there, and you never call them out simply because they're claiming trans. I'm like, I don't give a damn, man. Hell, shit. If a black person, I'm saying, is murdering somebody and things like that, you think I'm gonna fucking defend him? Like, like if he just kills somebody and all of a sudden, man, he's getting chased by the cops and he gets popped and things like that. Oh, they shot a black guy. Like, no, they shot a criminal person who just murdered somebody. Man, shit, fuck what his goddamn race is.
Black people don't defend murderers as much as I see people go quiet. Just like, yeah, we know what you did, OJ, but it's gonna be quiet.
Yeah, it all depends on what the media maker. But yeah, like speaking of that,
that's talking around me though at work. Maybe that's not shit that gets said around me at work.
Yeah, but it's like I'm saying people, because people have asked me that question too. Like I'm saying, like with the whole trans thing right there, like you see all these white people, especially on the internet, like I'm saying, doing all this cringy stuff right there. It's like, why don't you see black people or such and such and doing that right there? I'm like, because right now, especially like from a black person's point of view, like I feel like the reason why you don't see more black transgender or whatever LGBT and that being shown on the internet, because black people are too busy trying to hold on to the race card. Now that's a fight in itself. Because
also, speaking of fighting, it's because black people tend to fight a little more, and you got to, like, as a culture, like as far as like more black people, pound for pound, to get into fights. It's a tougher culture to grow up in than growing up as like a suburban white kid and growing up like an urban black kid. Totally different experience. One of those societies is soft enough to accept punks. One isn't.
Yeah.
If you want to be a punk in the hood, you are one tough punk. You earn it.
You can be a punk in the suburbs. You're going to have to fight.
Yeah, in the suburbs, you just be a punk because you decide you want to be a punk today. Yeah. You decide your booty's open for business on a Wednesday. You put the sign out, nobody's going to bother you. In fact, there's 3 school organizations, after school meetings, and a whole new group of friends who will pat you on the head and tell you anything, any stupid feeling you have is right, which is exactly what teenagers want.
Yeah,
I got sucked into going to AA as a teenager because of that type of shit. Because there was just a group of cool people my age that were just friendly and accepting. Had that been a group of fucking homos, I could be very sus today. It was an influential age. I'm just glad they didn't go after my booty hole, Pat. That's what I'm saying. If you have a drinking problem, feel free to go to AA. They will not touch your booty hole. Confirmed. I've done the recon.
Yeah, but like I said, like if black people weren't so busy trying to hold on to the race card, I don't know. They probably would be doing a whole bunch of this. Like you probably see more on the internet just like that. The TikToks of like, look how trans or non-binary I am and things like that. But no, like they too busy trying to hold on to this. Like, oh, we still waiting on our 40 acres and a mule from 400 years ago and things like that. Because black people know if we ever lose that damn card right there, that's it.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want to go to work.
No.
But I say, man, here's the truth though: 80% of people will take whatever excuse is handed to them for why their life is fucked up and not blame themselves. 80% of all people, right? We just, as a society, have given black people that excuse and accepted it. So 80, I'd say about 80% of people are like, yeah, that has something to do, like has at least some part of that in their mentality. And I'd say if that excuse was, look, that excuse had, I was about to say if that excuse was used, that excuse has been used. It started wars. It absolutely has been used. It's the Jews' fault. Gets them.
All right, that's what I'm saying. All right, so my final two questions right here. All right, so when you're not doing like Adonis Paul live, on YouTube and things like that, it's like, what do you basically do to kick back and relax and stuff like that? Like me, like I Xbox, I play games and shit like that. So what do you do like to relax?
Well, I play PS5 because I'm not poor, Pat. So
hey, I resent that, man.
I'm just playing. I do have a PS5, but I don't play it nearly enough. Man, I restarted martial arts recently. That's been taking up a lot of my time, going to those classes and stuff. Trying to learn on my own time. I'm trying to keep learning things. That's my thing right now. Is like to read at least a chapter of something. Sit down with the intent to read something every day. Do another lesson of hiragana so I can read all that Japanese stuff on the wall, and my thing right now is relaxing to me is learning again and learning to learn again. As an adult, we kind of forget to learn, old dogs can't learn new tricks. It's not just some bullshit saying. Like you forget how to learn. You get settled in your job, your profession, your field. Even if you're jumping jobs, you stay in the same field, you really stop learning.
Yeah. You
learn little shit, but so I'm trying to reteach myself to learn and have self-discipline to do things and I don't have to do spend time and family, just do family things.
Yeah, that now say especially with this technological stuff right here, because I'm just learning like, hey, I can stream my Xbox through Twitch right here, and you got a whole bunch of kids like I've been doing this goddamn for the longest right here.
What you gotta watch out with a PS5 is they got a hot mic on your controller all the time, so you gotta be careful. Sometimes they put that mic on in the lobbies, or you be getting beat talking shit. Somebody be like, we can hear you. Like, oh shit.
Like, I want you to hear me, nigga. Shit.
Well, sometimes I don't because I'm getting my ass whooped on Mortal Kombat.
I think that's the number one thing that'll get me bopped on Twitter, on Twitch a lot of stuff like that, man. Because lately and stuff like that, man, I've been getting so loose on the internet that now, like I'm saying, the N-bombs are coming out, like I'm saying, like left and motherfucking right and shit like that. Like, I try to contain myself, but sometimes I'm at the age right now where it's like I don't give a fuck, man. I'm gonna just motherfucker say what I want to say. They boot me. I'm just be like, what the fuck took you niggas so goddamn long?
No, as long as you got that profile picture, you'd be fine. And my profile picture, they'll hit you.
Oh man, and it'd be a surprise, man, when a whole bunch of motherfuckers find out because they'll see the way I'm talking, I sound, and things like that. There's no way this person is black right here, and all of a sudden I'm just like, yeah, you fucking saying right here, like, oh shit, he really is black, Like,
I would love to magically let you be a white man for one day, and bring you places and let you hear how we talk when no black people are around. It would blow your mind. You know how many times we call each other nigga a day? Just the exact same way. We don't even mean it like you're being a lazy piece of shit or anything. We just mean it like the exact same way you will hear it in your neighborhood. You but as long as we can't say that in front of y'all. So you know what black people say, they got these two languages, like the language they can speak at home and the language they have to speak at work. Like white people have the same language, but it's fucked up. We're saying the exact same things when we go home. And tell that nigga call me. Like we do that shit all the time. All the time.
And I kind of hate that right there, man, because they say they want to they say they want to get rid of that word and things like that. I'm like, well, you can't get rid of the word because it's just too ingrained in culture. But what you can do is make it, I'm saying, either make it mean something else or just stop being offended by it at all. And the only way you're gonna do that right there,
don't tell them that.
Expand.
Don't tell them that. Because motherfuckers are making TikToks where they're just running down racist slurs for white people. And I like having like a nuclear weapon, like one word. I'm like, this one word I have has more power than mayo monsters and all that shit you just fucking said. Paper plate face, all that shit you just said on TikTok. I got this one word that will send you into fucking hysterics. I like having that power, man. Don't tell people that shit.
And you ain't lying right there. Because that's what I tell them too right there. Because I'm saying, like, every time you get offended by that word, you giving them power. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm saying,
Yeah,
you don't sit up here. You don't
stop telling them that shit.
you don't call this white person about 20 goddamn, racially, I'm saying, racist motherfucking words and things like that. He called you one and you lost your goddamn shit. Who got the power?
If I'm willing to take a punch, is if someone pisses me off, I can send them directly to prison if I need to. All I gotta do is whisper one word, just walk up to them. What you gonna do, little man? Nigga. Just whack. And put your hands up. Put my hands up like a boxer and start defending and knowing that motherfucker's about to go to prison for a while. That's what he gets. Like, let's say he fucked your. Now you can't do this for like just because somebody took your parking spot. Let's say somebody fucks your woman. Just saying, I have an option.
Because I've had that happen to me before, and I'm like, what's that supposed to do? Like, what? I'm supposed to get offended or some shit like that, motherfucker?
Yeah, that scares us. That scares white people when we meet somebody like that.
Like you can sit up
our
there.
Weapon has no, because we can't fight you. Mm-hmm. So we had one weapon and you have denied us that one weapon. We just be like, well, all right then, man. I guess that's it.
I'm like, you can say it all at once and things like that. Now, if you call me that word and you come slap me in the face, then it's on. Now I got to crack your skull.
I don't like the lack of power the N-word has around here, boys. Let's get out of here. Well, it was nice meeting you, Pat. We're gonna go back up to the ranch.
All right. Well, we almost about to get out of here, but I got one last question. All right. So with the whole Adonis Paul live thing that's going on right now, it's made it bigger than I'm saying, as what it is right now. But let's just say like it really like really, really motherfucking big. Like I was like, what would you like it to do? Would you like it to be that big, or you just like, like where it is right now because it's in a nice little comfort zone where you can basically.
I'd like it to be like Nightwave or Daywave size. I don't want to have like a giant 2,000 viewer at a time thing going on, man. I don't know how to handle that. I don't like having that many people interested in my life and shit. But it's boring. But I just my business. I have to worry about shit. I'm like, I don't want want people hunting down my kid or something like that because they're crazy on the internet. So that aspect of it, I don't want to get too big because I don't know one big YouTuber who does not have problems with psychotic people fucking with their lives. But I think there's a sweet spot you can get into where you don't get the volume, so you don't have to deal with so many psychos. You get like your once in a while, and I'm done dealing with cows, man. The drama community has turned me off to low cows like fentanyl has turned people off to heroin. Like, it was good while it lasted, but I'm done fucking with these people. I just can't. They make it too personal. I don't want it to be personal. This year I'm trying to go back to making more videos, more commentary videos, some nostalgic stuff about growing up in Texas. You might like that. I got a video I'm making about going to Astroworld as a kid. Just all the rides, all the stats on the rides and what it was like, what it smelled like. Kind of, if you watch Stand By Me, there's a lot of that kind of tone of a voiceover of somebody talking about their past. It's kind of got that. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, I probably just won't be running around fucking with weird people on the internet because it's like they get real personal about it. Like I said at the beginning, they put their life out there as a reality show, but to them, it's not a reality show. So you can't, when you comment on it, you're commenting on their lives, and they get real pussy ass offended by that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe you shouldn't put that part of your life on the damn internet for everyone to consume if you don't want people to consume it and talk about it. But it's come to the point where I'm like, it's just easier to not. And that, that's the lol cows. Like that blog thing, I couldn't have avoided that. That was just telling somebody on Twitter some bullshit. That could have come. I'm just the unlucky motherfucker who had a YouTube presence. So when they look me up, they're like, "Oh, I'll fuck his shit up." Like that has nothing to do with like low calorie. Though that person is a cow. That person is a man dressed like a lady and goes to activist things. But I think they're too concerned with the Jews, Palestinians, people situations right now. So they worried about it.
I think, yeah. And I hear you on that part right there. That's kind of like how I am with like with this thing I go on right here, like this little interview show where I'm just basically reaching out to people, asking if they want to come on, like speak about like things in their life and all that right there. Because like I said, like talking to you, Toast, and Marcy so far, and and getting to know that part right there. It's been fun, just basically sit back, shoot the shit, talk about anything. Now I'm still gonna have my political point of views and things like that, where I basically do on the other side. But it's like when I'm on here, this is where I just basically want to be laid back, talk about games, talk about anime, talk about, the things that I like to have fun, watching and doing, to get away from all the craziness in the motherfucking world. And I feel like you got to do that right there. Otherwise, man, you're going to go insane.
It's my whole show, man. I mean, lacking the time to talk about cows. That's all we do over there. Just sit back and chill. I won't have it. Won't have that bullshit, Pat.
Yeah, and then doing that stuff right there, and then seeing the motherfucking Yatta thing, I was like, oh man, I can't rest until I see the motherfucking Yatta go on. That's when I
That's how
know,
you
like,
know you made
oh,
it.
that's my
You all
shit right
right.
there.
Them little
Hell
dancing,
yeah.
you saw them dancing Japanese men, you out the other side. That's the last part of the horror, like the tunnel of horrors you've just been through. The ending is Yata. You know you good.
Like, yes, god damn it, that motherfucking is shit. I'm typing the motherfucking Yattas in the goddamn chat, man.
People like Yata. You know, James Robert Clark says that those are underage boys. I'm like, James, that's a very famous group from Japan in the 1990s. They're not. He'll say
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, I'm saying people like him right there, man. And but this has been so motherfucking fun, man. I'm glad you finally motherfucking showed up, man.
Yeah,
Because I
me
was
too,
first I'm just
man.
thinking like, oh man, don't tell me you ain't gonna show up this goddamn
I was
time.
feeling like shit. I was fucking just sitting there watching the modem, resetting it. Finally came back on. That's why I immediately hit you up like, yo, I'm here. Let's do this. What's up?
Because something told me to stick around. I'm like, you know what? Maybe just got upset, like the time zone mixed up and things like this. So like I said, give it a little time, and things
Yeah,
like
man.
that. So shit.
This was a hard one to make happen for some reason. Just fate didn't want
Mhm.
it to happen, but we made it happen, brother.
Yeah, and the reason why I didn't want to have it because he already know both of us was gonna motherfucking let loose on this shit right here. I'm like,
Right.
man, Pat, AP on the same stream together. Oh man, shit's finna goddamn go loose.
We talked some mad shit.
Hell yeah, shit. And that's what
Okay.
it's motherfucking all about. Shit. That's why you my nigga, man. Shit.
You can join our what oh shit, we do everything. We're a Mexican white supremacist gang that traffics in children, and for some reason we announced that we're going to do terrible things at gatherings. Apparently that's because we're stupid. Apparently we're just stupid. We're just dumb as fuck. That's just what we do. You can join now. You're in.
Hell yeah.
Where we consider ourselves to be the most multicultural white supremacist organization out here. I don't know if you can tell by our Latino name, Los Tejas. That's how ridiculously desperate that person was, man. I don't know what to tell you.
No, ignorant people are gonna be ignorant people, man. But like I said, boys, yeah, thanks for coming on for this part right here. Like, so let everybody know, like I said, if they don't know already where to find you, like, what can they see you at?
Oh, they always could be out on the Adonis Paul channel, where we're doing late night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday right now. And from 11 till about 2 every time. It's a good time. You can come by and not worry about whatever politics, whatever bullshit's going on. Just come have some laughs. We're watching some videos.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Shit. Like I said, besides the sagas right there and things like that, my favorite video you ever made, man, was the one on motherfucking Jenny Gump. Because as soon as you did that right there, I'm like, you know what? AP said everything that I was thinking about in that motherfucking video. I'm like,
bitch.
man, fuck Jenny Gump, man. She
that bitch, that wasn't even his kid. I did the math. That wasn't even his fucking kid. That was one of those guys, those backup guys from CCR. She was doing coke with in the 70s.
And the only reason why she even married for us was because she was dying and she needed somebody to hold, put this kid on, and he was rich.
Yeah, Forrest, I'll be back in 20 years when I have AIDS and a kid and someone else's kid. I hope you keep pining for me. Fuck that. Jenny is the worst.
And he was
trash.
And a lot of people want to say I don't think Forrest is a simp. I think he's simple, but I don't think he was a simp because that was the first girl.
He can't help it. He's blameless. Yeah. He's dumb. He's got a real problem there. His mom had to fuck to get him into school. That ain't normal. My mom didn't have to fuck to get me into school. I don't think.
And Jenny took advantage of that in the end. Now, and she was kind of like, Forrest is, like he's just dumb motherfucker. He really don't know better and things like that. But now, oh, I'm dying of AIDS. I got this kid right here. What am I gonna do? Oh yeah, this ignorant ass motherfucker. Maybe he's still in love with me. You knew he was.
Now that I can't be with any other man because no other man will have me because I have AIDS, I would like to give you the greatest gift, Forrest.
God damn. Ooh. That's what I said when you made that video right there, I was just like, standing ovation, goddamn, because he said every motherfucking thing we goddamn said right there.
These hoes can't be trusted.
Yeah. And keep on doing stuff right there. But everybody knows this. All right. Thank you to everybody who came out here and hung out with us on this badass motherfucking stream. I've been looking forward to this, man, for a while, and we goddamn did this motherfucking shit. Yeah. And y'all know where to find me and things like that, I am Pat. I am your boy Pat. You can catch me on Twitter at IBPatrick247, as well as right here on the YouTube spiel where you can check out all my stuff right here. Like I say, Becca's basically throwing down a whole lot of things, man. Be sure to check out in the description box, like all AP stuff. Well, I mostly got right there. Like I said, I know. Let's see, like Facebook, like I said, Twitter. You're still on Rumble, right?
Yeah, I'm out there.
We got all this stuff right there.
Mhm.
Bonsako, where's the wrench? I'll say you haven't gotten the wrench yet. Like I said, you got it on the other thing, but not on this one right here because I think the only ones right now is Becca, Bloody, and Kefki, and they're my managers right there. So like hell, they're the ones that moderates all this stuff. So I know, and I can trust them not to just boot people whenever I'm saying, like they get on your nerves. Bonsako, you'd boot everybody out of this motherfucking thing if you had a motherfucking wrench. But in time, I said I might give you one right there, But right now, they got it right here.
I might take wrenches from everybody. Start fighting up my chat like that.
I said Becca's already beating you to it. You trying to drop links, and Becca done already dropped the thing right there. That's why she's the top moderator. That's why she's got all the power up in this thing right here, Bonsako. You'll have it in time, but right now, I've said the day ain't that day right there. Shit.
Oh shit! I think Al backed her stream up waiting for us. That's really cool of her. That's really cool of her. Thank you, Al. We better wrap this up in the next 10 minutes.
Oh hell yeah! Like we're finna do that right there.
But I knew you were on your way. I wouldn't have said nothing, but I knew you were like on your way out. I'm giving you the excuse you need.
Yeah, but everybody knows where to catch us right there, man. Until we see y'all again, as always, man, keep calm, sparkle on, man. Peace. Or as AP would put it, later.
Later.